Delaying Brexit has come at a cost. It has cost us trust in our democracy. For those who, in good faith at the last general election, believed the promises of members of Parliament who said they would honour our vote to leave the EU. And it has a massive financial cost in extra payments to the EU. It costs an extra £1 billion a month for every month that we delay. And how much has the delay cost in lost opportunities? The very opportunities which we voted for to lower living costs by forging new trade deals around the world. With so much delay, is it any wonder my good friend Jacob has taken to lying down on the government front bench? But there has been one immediate cost from delaying Brexit. The prolonged uncertainty has caused worry and concern to over 3 million EU citizens living in our country. For those EU citizens living here, I have a direct message today. You are not part of the negotiation. Your life and livelihood in the UK is not in doubt. Now, the Prime Minister set this out in the first hour in office on the steps of Downing Street. He made it clear that we want those citizens to stay. We're proud that they have chosen to bring up their families in our communities, to work in our public services and in our businesses, in our NHS, where there are over 700 more EU doctors today than at the time of the referendum. We value the contribution you made to our country and are pleased that you have chosen to make your home here. We have guaranteed your rights to live, work and stay in the UK with full citizens' rights for as long as you choose. Now it is time for the EU to match that guarantee. Now, I'm sure, conference, I'm not alone in being familiar with the refrain, despite Brexit. Yet despite Brexit, we have record low unemployment and the highest inward investment of any country in Europe, despite Brexit. Just last week, London overtook New York to become the #1 city for investment in fintech. And despite Brexit, Jaguar Land Rover has just opened a state-of-the-art car design centre, delivering a £500 million vote of confidence in Britain. It's time to stop apologising for Brexit and unleash the opportunities it offers. We can source products that we do not produce at a better price. Too often, the EU restricts access to markets that we want to trade with, like the foods we do not grow in the UK, or the products we do not specialise in producing. With new trade deals with other countries, we can help the developing world through trade, rather than handing out aid. To empower countries through free trade is the essence of being conservative, and an important part of why I am a Brexiteer. To use Brexit as a catalyst for change across all parts of the United Kingdom, including areas like my own in the Fens, who see Brexit as an opportunity, not a problem to be solved. Now, Jeremy Corbyn parades his credentials as an animal rights campaigner, but his delay prevents our sovereign choice on the continued live animal exports. He claims to care about the planet, yet his delay to Brexit means we can't choose to remove VAT on environmental products like solar panels. His delay prevents us from implementing a new agriculture bill designed for our British farmers, not those of the French. And delay also means less time to focus on our priorities. It's the Conservatives who want to get Brexit done so that we can focus on what people really want to see. The biggest increase in spending on the NHS, tackling crime through the extra 20,000 police officers, and levelling up opportunity, including on school funding. And delay puts our United Kingdom at risk, encouraging the Scottish nationalists that if one referendum can be ignored, then so too can the 2014 referendum on the integrity of the UK itself. We will defend the Union because we are the Conservative and Unionist Party. And what do Labour want to have more delay on Brexit for? They cannot even count the vote at their conference on what they want to do. And Dan Abbott wasn't even doing the counting. Remain, sit on the fence, keep it a secret until after the election. Labour don't trust the people, and that is why the people cannot trust them. Labour ignore the votes of the many because they prefer to listen to the opinions of the North London few. Now, their position is to negotiate Brexit and then to scrap it. Now, that would demolish the UK's negotiating position. And what would they do once they had negotiated this fantasy Brexit deal? Well, the Shadow Foreign Secretary told us. She made it clear. They would bring it back and have an unwanted, divisive second referendum where they would vote and campaign to remain against their own deal. Labour's Brexit policy can be summed up in 3 words: dither and delay. And look at the so-called Liberal Democrats. They want to revoke Article 50 without even letting you have a say. Now, the Liberal Democrat position is now so extreme, it's even been rejected by the Green Party. The Irish Deputy Prime Minister said on Wednesday that there are solutions to this, but it is a matter of political will. Well, I agree. The Commission has said that it's open to creative and flexible solutions on the border in Northern Ireland. I am too. President Juncker has said he's not wedded to the backstop, nor are we, so let's abolish it. The Prime Minister and I are focused on negotiating a deal, but if we can't get a deal, we'll leave on the 31st of October anyway. Michel Barnier once said, the clock is ticking. For Jeremy Corbyn, the election clock is now ticking very loudly. Our communities should not have to pay millions for each further hour of his delay. We as Conservatives know that it's your money that he would waste. We need to get Brexit done. And with this Prime Minister, we will.